Hey there everyone, it's Michael. I review nootropics, and during this video we are going to compare ashwagandha with L-Theanine, which are two of the most popular nootropics you can use to better handle stress and anxiety. This chart over here shows the effect of nootropics on anxiety through a survey that was conducted on 400 people, and you can see that L-Theanine and ashwagandha were within the top 10 best nootropics that you can use for anxiety out of hundreds, and they rank fairly closely. So I'll share my personal experience during this video. Both nootropics are nootropics that I've been using for 6 years now, and it's been my experience that I've taken time off of them and I've strategically used them, and I found that my baseline mood is a lot better and my baseline anxiety is a lot lower. I'm far more present during the course of the day, and I found these especially good, useful tools for anyone with work stress or family-related stress. They're really powerful. Both nootropics are spectacular in the sense that they work, they're very effective, yet they have minimal side effects. Compared to some of the other stronger nootropics out there, they do come with a host of side effects. So you're not to be too concerned with ashwagandha and L-Theanine. We'll talk about some of the side effects as well. What ashwagandha is a herb, whereas with L-Theanine, that's an amino acid that's typically found in green tea and some tea. So both of these nootropics are not man-made, they are naturally occurring, so you can feel a bit comfortable knowing that you're not putting anything strange into your body. And like I mentioned, they're really hard to find in your diet. So for most people, what they do is they go ahead and they purchase a supplement form. Yes, it's true that both nootropics are great for stress and anxiety, but they are completely different, or they're different in the way that they'll affect you. The biggest difference between the two is that ashwagandha, you need to be taking it for a while for you to start seeing the results. For me, what that looks like is after I take ashwagandha, this is the KSM 66 form, I'm taking 2 capsules per day of the 300 milligrams. So 2 capsules per day. After about 2 weeks, I can start feeling the effects of it. I notice that generally I have less concern. I finish my day on a much more positive note. Whereas with L-Theanine, I'm not really even using it every day because L-Theanine is something that I use when I need it. For instance, a very popular way in which people take L-Theanine is when they consume caffeine or coffee. So is with L-Theanine, it is known to actually help with some of the jitters or side effects that you would get from taking a stimulant. And there's one really great study on L-Theanine I'd like to point out, where they took 18 healthy university students and they separated them into 2 groups. One group was having 200 milligrams of L-Theanine and the other group was just having placebo or water. And what they found was the L-Theanine group saw benefits with a more stable heart rate, elevated visual attention performance, and improved reaction time. And as well, the study says that unlike other conventional anti-anxiety treatments, L-Theanine did not result in increased drowsiness, slowed reflexes, or impaired cognition. So I'll use L-Theanine kind of when I'm too stressed. Maybe I need to calm down a little bit. Maybe even when I'm overstimulated. You'll find that once you take L-Theanine, you kind of feel in that state post-meditation, so very relaxed, very able to connect with other people, and it's not demotivating, it's actually pretty good for productivity. Most of the research shows that L-Theanine is better for cognition versus ashwagandha, but ashwagandha, it can do things that L-Theanine can't. For one, what you'll find is along with the mental benefits of ashwagandha, there is some research showing that it can slightly boost testosterone levels. I personally know a lot of powerlifters that swear by ashwagandha, but I think that its benefits with physique are horribly overrated. I've not really noticed any physique changes from taking ashwagandha. If you are going to take ashwagandha for building a better physique, then I would strongly advise you to look into some of the side effects which I've discussed in this video right here, because it can be somewhat demotivating, whereas L-Theanine doesn't decrease motivation the same way ashwagandha would. The way in which I found ashwagandha was I was looking for something to reduce some of the work stress I was experiencing during the day. I was working a lot of hours, yet I was not enjoying my work by any means. I had a lot of concern about pretty much everything. Chaos happening at work, problems happening with a particular transaction, like I sell homes, and I noticed that once I started taking ashwagandha, pretty much work as a whole become far more enjoyable. I was more relaxed, I was a lot more optimistic. So for that reason, of the 2 nootropics, I would definitely rate ashwagandha as better than L-Theanine, although when you need something short term, L-Theanine does have some neat uses. For example, using it with caffeine or even taking it pre-workout to help you reduce some of the anxiety and jitters that may come with the caffeine consumption, especially for those of you who take pre-workouts. But it's not something that you need all the time. I've even found that L-Tyrosine works a lot better with caffeine if you're just looking to be more focused and be more productive. I think the reason why L-Theanine has gotten so much hype lately is because of the fact that most people do consume caffeine, and most people do consume coffee or stimulants. And it's nice knowing that if you have some L-Theanine, if there's ever that instance when you're overstimulated, you can take L-Theanine and kind of calm down a little bit, be more present, and focus on your most important priorities. So as of right now, the way that I'm taking each one of them, firstly with the ashwagandha, is I'm taking the KSM-66, which is a very popular patented extract of ashwagandha, which is going to help you relax, yet at the same time should better your cognition. This is what it looks like. This is the Shodan, it's a little bit darker. And then this is the Sensorial version. I've tried a lot of different forms of ashwagandha over the past few years, and this is definitely my favorite. So the way that I'm taking is I'm taking 300 milligrams once at 2 o'clock and again at 6 o'clock. And I've noticed that from taking this, I'm definitely in a better mood. I have personally tried using it first thing in the morning, but because ashwagandha can be somewhat demotivating, I prefer avoiding it in the mornings. And the way that I'm used to taking L-Theanine, I'm taking some time off of it now, but what that looked like was taking 200 milligrams once in the morning with my pre-workout shake, and then once again in the afternoon when I need a good pick-me-up of energy for those long work days, I would take 100 milligrams of caffeine along with 200 milligrams of L-Theanine. So note that with both of these nootropics, a very common question people ask is, can you combine them? And trust that if you do combine them, you will definitely be in a better mood, like pretty much all the time. You'll feel really present. So I would say use common sense. Make sure that you've tried them individually first and that you respond okay to them. Both of them shouldn't result in you having an elevated heart rate, although sometimes it is reported with L-Theanine that it can elevate your heart rate to some extent. And with ashwagandha, it's important you understand that if you have any thyroid condition, then I would highly advise you to speak to your doctor first before consuming this. And with both nootropics, again, this video is purely educational. Speak to your general practitioner before incorporating these supplements into your daily regimen or any nootropic that I discuss on the channel. For those of you though, if you're looking to be in execution mode all day, you're not concerned about stress, you're just main focus is to be more productive, whether that's make more money or improve your grades, I would say L-Theanine is probably a better option for you because I was using L-Theanine really to aid me with productivity, and then I added ashwagandha afterwards when I took on too many clients and I was experiencing more work stress. And there's studies which suggest that that's true. There's some research showing that ashwagandha can be somewhat beneficial with cognition, but most of the studies are referring to elder people who maybe have some sort of impaired memory or cognitive decline. And then if we go ahead and pull up L-Theanine on examine.com, we can clearly see benefits with relaxation, decreased anxiety, and an improvement of attention. And that may be the reason why you will often find L-Theanine in nootropic blends like Qualia Mind or some other popular ones like Cognetics, whereas you won't really find ashwagandha in nootropic blends out there. And that's because the average consumer that goes and gets a nootropic blend is looking for a boost of performance. So with ashwagandha, you can't really expect that. I wouldn't say ashwagandha has made me more money, yet it's definitely made the process a lot more enjoyable. And I really hope you found this information helpful. Do consider subscribing. And which nootropic do you like of the two? I'm expecting to see your comment down below. Please leave your feedback and drop a like. I will look forward to seeing you all next time.